Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my video, please consider subscribing. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much for always supporting my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to make chicken stew. It's very easy and you're going to love it. So let's go through our ingredients. In here I have all my seasoning. You can use any seasoning of your choice. I don't want to tell you what seasoning you should use, but if you want to know, I have salt, all seasoning powder, 1 cube of Maggi, ginger powder, paprika powder. I have some chicken seasoning and curry powder in here. Here I have my chopped white onions, here I have thyme, I have my washed chicken thigh. This is the hard chicken. You can use a soft chicken, but this is hard chicken. I've washed it and it's ready to cook. So I'm going to add my chicken into the pot. Then I'll add all my seasonings. Season it to your taste. Don't follow me and season what I'm seasoning and then you will not eat. Season it to your taste. Use the seasoning you always use to season your food. Then I'll go in with my chopped onions, my thyme. I forgot to mention I have this green marinade, so I'm going to also add in a green marinade. Now I'm going to stir this to mix. I'll mix everything in. I will not add water until it releases the juice from the chicken. Yeah, I've never added water, but there's already a juice coming out. So once everything is well mixed, I'll cover this for about 6 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to stir on that. Look at how juicy that is looking. I'm going to stir on that. The liquid in this is still cooking. It has released enough juice and it is cooking, as you can see, and some oil. That's why I'm not going to add any other oil again. So I'll just stir on this now and put in enough water for it to now cook to perfection. Because it is hard chicken, I'm going to add enough water to cook it until it is soft. You can use soft chicken. You can adjust your seasoning at this point. Then we'll cook until it is soft and tender. So while that is going on, I'm going to show you my stew that I'll be using. I have already prepared this already, okay, and I defrosted this stew. So now I'm just going to add it there and be cooking while the chicken is also cooking. I'll just go ahead and start making my stew. So once my chicken is ready, I'll just add it into our stew. But this is blended bell pepper, tomatoes, some ginger and garlic, and some basil. Here I blended them all together and freeze them, so that makes it easier for me when I'm making stew. So let's go to the next step. So in a big enough pan, I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. I just added a little bit of oil. Then it has already heated up, so I'm going to add in my chopped onions. This is just small size of the chopped onions. I'm going to stir on this until it is fried. Not fried, but you know, when it begins to burn, I'm going to go ahead and add in my blended stew. I just rinse off the bowl and add the water. I'll stir on this and allow it to cool down a bit, because I'm not going to add any seasoning. I'm just going to wait for the stock from the chicken and then I'll add it in. Now you can fry your chicken if you're making stew, or you know, but I want to reduce fried stuff, okay? Eating fried stuff, I want to reduce consumption of fried stuff, so I'm just going to boil the chicken. Once it is ready, I'll just add it in the stew and that is it. I would have baked it in the oven, but I just want to go with that simple way. I'll let this come to a rolling boil. So now our chicken has been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes now, so I'm going to transfer it into the stew so that it will cook down with the stew and soak the oil, the stew properly. So I'll begin adding my chicken inside the stew. Now this method is for those that want to eat stew with less oil, okay? So I'm going to begin adding it. I don't want to pour everything at once so that it will not splash all over, because you know stew always splash. That tomato splash, I don't want it. So I'll just add everything. It has cooked halfway, so I want it to complete the cooking in the stew, so that the stew will, you know, the chicken and the stew will taste very good, because you know the one you always add the chicken. If it's soft chicken, then you have to add it at the end, but this hard chicken is not going to scatter, so you can add. That is why I love hard chicken, because it will not scatter. It soaked up the ingredient nicely. Now that's it, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my stock from the chicken. This way it is easier to avoid the splashing, and I'm going to stir this stew in. Stir it. As you can see, it's already looking so good. It looks like it's a little bit thick, but yeah, I'm going to stir on this until everything is well covered and mixed, and then I'm going to cook this down. You see, even without adding just the fat from the chicken, just look at that, it has make up the sauce that I'm looking for. I'll add a little bit more. Stir on that for everything to mix. Taste for your seasoning at this point. If you need to add, you can add. I'm going to cover this and let it cook until it cooks down. I will reduce my heat to low. It will cook on low heat for about 30 minutes and we'll be back. So let's check the stew. Oh, it has cooked down beautifully. It is all ready now, and you see it is sticking up. The chicken that we cooked, look at, they're all still looking delicious. Have you seen that? This is why I prefer hard chicken, because it is always, it doesn't scatter. After cooking, this has been more than 30 minutes I've been cooking this, but just look at that. And the chicken has, you know, the oil from the chicken as well. So now I'll just let it to settle down, and then I will scoop out this oil and I'll use it for another cooking for another recipe. And this, we've come to the end of our today's cooking. And guys, just look at this delicious stew. Just look at that. It is all ready to serve. Just look at this. I'll just let this cool down, and then I'm going to portion it out and serve it. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe today. If you did, please remember to like, share, comment, give me a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. Until then, always remember that Jesus loves you so much. Bye.
Putting the whole armor of God, fighting the enemy giants down. The battle is not by strength or might, by the Spirit of the Lord in prayer and supplication.